Welcome to Live Podcast as we journey through the Bible. Today we're going to start on yet another book, and we're going to do an introduction on the book of Numbers. The book of Numbers is the fourth book in the Bible. The book of Numbers has 36 chapters and it was written by Moses. The book of Numbers was written between 1450 and 1410 BC, and the original audience were the people of Israel. The location, it was written in the wilderness during Israel's wanderings, and the author is Moses. The book of Numbers begins 2 years after escape from Egypt. And then the question we need to ask ourselves is, why the title Numbers? And the title comes from the numbering, that is census, of Israel. And then the book of Numbers also tells the story of the grumbling, complaining, and discontent of a nation. As a result of their grumbling, the entire generation dies in the desert, and they wandered for 40 years. What is in the blueprint of the book of Numbers? It is divided into 4. The first blueprint is preparing for the journey. That is from Numbers chapter 1, verse 1, all through Numbers chapter 10, verse 10. And under preparing for the journey, we're going to look at the first census of the nation, the role of the Levites, the purity of the camp, and then finally receiving guidance for the journey. And then the next blueprint we're going to see is the first approach to the promised land. And this is going to be from Numbers chapter 10, verse 11, all through Numbers chapter 14, verse 45. And then under the first approach, we're going to see the people complaining. Miriam and Aaron oppose Moses. And then we're also going to see the scouts incite rebellion. And then the third blueprint we're going to see is wandering in the wilderness, and this is from Numbers chapter 15 verse 1 all through Numbers chapter 21 verse 35. Under wandering in the wilderness, we're going to see additional regulations. Then we're going to see many leaders rebel against Moses, and here is going to be the rebellion of Korah. And then we're also going to see duties of priests and Levites. And then here we're also going to see the new generation. And then finally, the blueprint, the fourth blueprint is the second approach to the promised land. And here is from chapter 22 all through chapter 36. And under the second approach to the promised land, we're going to see the story of Balaam, the second census of the nation. And then we're going to see instructions concerning offerings, vengeance on the Midianites, the Transjordan tribes, and then finally camped on the plains of Moab. And then the book of Numbers has 3 mega themes. What are these? Number 1, we're going to see the theme of census. Moses counted the Israelites twice. People have to be organized, trained, and led to be effective in great movement. It is always wise to count the cost before setting out. When we are aware of the obstacles before us, we can easily avoid them. And then another theme we're going to see is the theme of rebellion. At Kadesh, Moses sent out 12 scouts into the land of Canaan, but when they returned, 10 of them said they should give up and go back to Egypt, and the people refused to go into the land God was giving them. They rebelled against God outrightly. And then finally, we're going to see the theme of wandering. Because the Israelites rebelled, they wandered for 40 years in the desert wilderness. God hates sin and punishes it. God is holy. And disobedience to God's word and his commands is wrong and evil. So that was introduction on the book of Numbers, and I will see you again starting tomorrow as we tackle 1 chapter a day. God bless you.